After sitting down contemplating my life about why I'm failing my programming language, as well as eating some udon, I think I'm ready to ask this question that's been putting my mind all day really, which is gambling bad for Twitch? Welcome everyone, this is Lo-Fi Noel, and yeah, this has been on my mind really, and with the drama going on with that, I really just want to hone in on the gambling topic, because one, I feel as though since I make content about gacha games, and that has gambling in it, and I also stream Genshin Impact, which is a gambling game, I want to talk about it. So with that being said, if you like the content, then feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. You know, the usual thing that everyone says on their channel. Now with that out of the way, let's get started. I want to first talk about how, I want to use an example here. Genshin Impact and Diablo Immortal is kind of two of the same coin. Genshin Impact is quote-unquote free to play and you can play the game without having to spend money, while Diablo Immortal, you have to spend money to at least get somewhere in the game, especially when you get to in-game content. Two of the same coin. Now in my head, as I'm sitting here saying to myself, well, is that a bad thing? Is games supposed to be allowed to be made like this? I would say yes. Even though Diablo Immortal is way worse than Genshin Impact, I still think it has where it can fit. It belongs there, okay? At least we all know at the end of the day, okay, this game wants you to spend money, okay? With Genshin Impact wise, the game keeps always saying, hey, you can be free to play. You don't have to spend money. Hey, you don't have to put any money into it. You have to get everything what you needed. But the problem with Genshin is the fact that you have to be on the game 24/7. Now that's true about almost every gacha game, but Genshin Impact, especially with how the reward system is, as well as their primo gems and all that, you have to spend almost every day really working and grinding on that game to really get good primo gems or rewards in the game. If you want to hear my big old take on Genshin Impact, then I already had a video made on it. Link is down below and I also put it up on the screen. But back to the tangent I was going. So because of Genshin Impact and Diablo Immortal is made, and other gacha games like them, I don't think it's a good idea that Twitch is banning gambling but not banning gacha games. I think in all honesty, if we're going to talk about how it's damaging kids, then gacha games is what more addicting and is a lot more hard-hitting to kids, in all honesty. Now, do I think they belong on Twitch? Yes, 100%. As well as gambling. Even though gambling in general on stream is not a good thing. Me personally, I would never do it. But at the same time, it's kind of the same thing as you're playing a gacha game. The only difference is you're playing a literal video game. You're taking your hard-earned money or your parents' money and you're summoning for a character that you might have a chance of getting. And that lies on whether or not you can complete the content or not complete the content. That's how every gacha game works. So with that being said, gacha games are a lot worse than opposed to just straight up gambling on Twitch. So I don't understand why gambling got banned if the whole conversation was about that the gambling is hurting kids. If anyone who's going to talk about how the gambling is hurting kids, and we're not going to be looking into gacha games, but just gambling in general, then that argument just falls flat on its face, 100%. Frankly, don't understand what was the point of that argument, because you just don't. Most people, most teenagers, kids, whatever you want to call them, are playing gacha games. I would probably say maybe young adults and grown-ups are really gambling, like actually doing gambling stuff. So most of the demographic that we're trying to protect from getting hurt by gambling is mostly playing gacha games. So if you're gonna be claiming like, hey, you know, gambling is not a good idea, then we should really be attacking gacha games itself. Now, even though I make gacha game videos as well as stream it, and I'm shooting myself in the foot for this, still, like, if you're true to yourself and you're being honest to yourself, the game is gambling. Like, that's what it really is. Having to spend money for a certain character to get it in order for you to progress in the game or to help you out in certain content, that's just straight up gambling at that point. Loot boxes, on the other hand, even though yes, that is a form of gambling, it's not as bad as gacha games, but it still is. So is it a good idea to have it? I'll say yes. I think every game should have the right to do it. But is it right? No. You're still gambling your hard-earned money or your parents' money, whoever case may be, in order to maybe get a chance at a certain skin or costume or whatever you want, really. The only thing that makes it better in loot boxes wise is it's just skins and charismatics. That's really it. And that's what it should be in my eyes. I think there's nothing wrong with gambling for cosmetics, because that doesn't change the gameplay. That doesn't hurt you in any type of way. It doesn't make anyone better. It's simply just there for you to get cool looking things. So that's a better option than opposed of trying to summon for a Kaching or a freaking Ball or a freaking Kazuha and get cucked and don't get it, and then you're still trying to summon. Come on now. Now granted, do I think that with me saying this, are they really gonna target gacha games? No, not really. I don't really expect them to, and really deep down, if they did, it'll be kind of hard too, because there's a lot different other gacha games that have better system than others. Maybe it's a lot more generous, maybe not. And so there's going to be a lot more like looking into it, trying to figure out what is good, what is not, etc, etc, etc. But I just think the whole argument about how people wanted gambling to get off of Twitch and all this, I think that was just a flat on its face, and I think that argument was really stupid if you want to argue for kids. It's just not, because majority, I really do believe, and I can bet on this, most kids are playing gacha games and gambling on that. With gacha games, I think it's a lot smarter if people would not let their dopamine take control of them and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it since I've seen someone else do it. It's not a good idea to do it. And to be honest, with how Genshin is, with the quote unquote, oh, it's so much free to play, promise you have to spend every day playing the game. You have to. If you don't, you do not get enough Primogems to even summon for whatever banner that you want. If you spend a week without playing the game, then trust me, you have lost more than just a week on Genshin. Diablo Immortal, you at least know for a fact, hey, I gotta spend money on this mug. Okay, if I want to do really good in PvP, gotta do it. And anyone who says that you don't have to, that is a bold-faced lie. Okay, so with all that said and done, my final... Ooh, I don't know why I said that. My final ending statement here. I don't think gacha games are bad. I don't think they should be banned. But in all honesty, anyone who says that, oh, we're trying to protect the kids, you know, we don't want gambling to hurt them, you're not really trying to target the thing that actually hurting a lot of kids. Gacha games is what's really doing it, okay? And secondly, the game creators should have the right to do it, but at the same time, could be a little bit more generous. Also, could do a lot better. In all honesty, that's with every gacha game. That's with every game. Be wise with your money, okay? This is just simple. Don't be stupid with it. Know what you gotta use it for, etc, etc. And with that being said, I'm out. That was just a quick video. That's all I wanted to do here. So, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.